Hello everyone and welcome to Our Charmed Midlife. On today's video, John and I go to the Boathouse for lunch. And we took my parents. This was the first time for all four of us visiting the Boathouse. We're very late to this bandwagon here on the Boathouse. I've always heard wonderful things about it, but I think John and I avoided it because we don't eat seafood. But my parents really love it, so I was able to get a reservation, and we were all excited to give this a try. So even though John and I don't eat seafood, we were able to see that there is a lot on the menu that isn't seafood. So we were looking forward to getting those items, and my parents were really excited to decide what they were going to get. Here you can see the decoration and theming of the Boathouse is really lovely and nice. It's very inviting inside. There's a lot of seating inside, there's a lot of seating outside, and because the weather was so nice, when we went, we requested to sit outside. We were given a table that was right on the water, the breeze going by, we were not sitting in the sun. It was actually really lovely and just added to the overall wonderful experience that we had at the Boathouse. So we ate our meals, we walked around Disney Springs for a little while trying to open up some space because we wanted to get dessert at Ghiradelli, which we did. We loved the ice cream there. And then we came home. But here you can see what a great day it really was. And so when we came home, we decided we would go ahead and give our reviews of the meals that we had and rate them all, so you can look for those items when you go to the Boathouse next. We will definitely be going many, many more times. So here's our review.
All right, we're back from our trip to Disney Springs and our lunch at Boathouse. Dhani and I went. We met up with her parents. Her father, Randy, is here. Her mother, Peggy, is here. And we'll give them a turn to talk about their lunch. Everybody had something different, so it's good cross-section. I had the classic cheeseburger. It was fantastic. I had heard great things about this. I had heard that a few people said that this was their favorite burger on property. I think I can see why, but I still think Steakhouse 71's burger is a little bit better. But this was a fantastic burger. This is probably number 2 for me on property. Number 2, sorry. This is probably my second favorite burger on property. It was really, really good. I got mine well done. It came with lettuce, tomato, pickle, onion, standard stuff. I got cheddar on mine. The patty was nice and big, almost too big for me. But it was really good. I would give it a 9. I was very happy with it. Couldn't quite finish it all. It was a big burger. It was a half-pound burger. Came with shoestring-ish type potatoes, fries. Those are fantastic as well, cooked perfectly. So I was very satisfied.
Do you remember how much it cost?
I think the burger was $19.50.
So do you think it's worth that price?
Well, so in the real world, you could make arguments against it. For Disney prices, it's one of the things that's probably in line with the price. I think it was a good deal for Disney Springs. Yeah, so very satisfied. Again, I give mine a 9.
Sure enough, I'm Chef Randy. I had the mahi mahi tacos, and I would consider myself an aficionado of fish tacos, noting that it's unlikely you'll ever have the same fish taco in any 2 different locations. So it's tough to evaluate whether or not it's the best you've ever had. But I can tell you that what was great about these fish tacos were they were mahi-mahi fish tacos. And each of the 3 had a solid chunk of mahi-mahi grilled in the taco with a pineapple salsa on top and over a bed of red cabbage. And if you like mahi-mahi, this would be as good as any mahi-mahi taco that I've ever had. So it was served with some chips and salsa. The salsa was not what I would have expected had I been in a Mexican restaurant, but it was unique enough and different enough that it fit with these tacos. So no complaints at all. I think I would give my dish a 9.123, maybe 3 or 4. And
Is it worth the price? Because it did look small.
Well, the tacos looked small, but the chunk of mahi-mahi filled the taco. And it was one piece, probably close to an inch square. And I wouldn't measure it in feet, but certainly 2 or 3 inches long. And grilled to perfection. So I liked it. And as I recall, it was $23 for the plate, which I think is competitive any place and probably particularly well priced in Disney Springs. So no complaints at all. Looking forward to going again.
And you had one of the non-alcoholic fizz drinks, right?
I had the blueberry something fizz. And, being I don't want to say an elder statesman, but in my late 40s, I remember the fizzies that you used to buy in a package and you dropped them in a glass of water. And this was something like that, a Sprite base with 3 blueberries floating in the top. And I don't know what flavor was added to it. Something sweet, and a little bit of aftertaste, but the more you drank, the more thirst quenching it was. And what I enjoyed about the drink was it absolutely cleansed the mouth. And if I had access to it, I would probably buy it by the jug as a mouthwash. Any other questions?
No, I think no further questions.
I've satisfied.
Yes.
I'm done.
I didn't get to use the restroom, so I can't speak on that.
I'm Peggy, and I had the Maine lobster roll. And since I'm from New England, I'm very picky about my lobster rolls. And I have to say, this was probably the best one that I've had since we've been in Florida. Now, I haven't had too many of them yet, but
How long have you been in Florida?
but it was really, really good. It had some kind of a sauce on it, a lemon sauce or something on it, which was very good. I opt to not have lettuce and tomato on my lobster roll because I'm a purist and I like just my lobster. And it was a lot. I can't say that it was a whole pound of lobster, but it was close because it had the claw, it had chunks. It was quite full, and I thought it was delicious, and I would definitely give it a 9.5 just because it's not from Maine.
Wow.
Not eating it in Maine, but honestly, it was delicious, and I would get that again in a heartbeat.
Do you remember how much it was?
I think it was $36.
And worth that?
Yes. Yes, since I can't get it all the time, I'll pay whatever it is. So it was 36 or 39, I'm not sure, but it was well worth it, absolutely. And so I would recommend it to anyone. It is delicious.
Hello.
I say good day, sir.
I said hello. I have always read that the Boathouse was very accommodating for gluten-free eating, so I was excited to try this finally. And they are. A lot of their menu can be modified and made for gluten free, so that's great. So, because I don't eat any seafood or anything, it does kind of limit down to what you can have that doesn't include seafood. But I was able to get the Yacht Club sandwich, which I do love club sandwiches, with gluten free bread, and their roll, whatever it was, gluten free, was really good. It stayed together, it didn't fall apart. The sandwich itself was huge, had a ton of turkey on it, good cheese. I had to get it without cucumbers and avocados because, again, allergies. And then it was going to come with chips, but I had heard that their gluten free mac and cheese was really good. So I asked to substitute that as my side, and it was crazy cheesy, thick stuff that was a little actually could be overwhelming, but I ate it all.
The rest of us can vouch for that because it was a topic of conversation around the table.
Yeah, it was
how thick the cheese sauce was.
very thick.
Yeah.
But it was very good. So, and I don't remember how much any of that was, but of course they charge more for all the gluten-free stuff or whatever. So, but I would go back and I would have that meal again. It was very satisfying, a lot of food, and definitely looking forward to going there again. You did not speak about the rolls. I think you need to have a session on the rolls.
Okay. But
So-
before we leave you, I do want to ask: was the roll that you had, was it as soft as it looked?
Yes.
Because I kept looking at that, thinking, I hope that's gluten free, because it looked really good.
It had to have been because I have not used the restroom since eating,
Yeah, it's been
and it
long
would
enough.
have. I would have had to have.
Yeah,
Would have had to have.
You would have had to already. Yeah.
It's very, very normal.
But it stayed. I mean, again, under the weight of all that food, most gluten-free buns, the bottom will just collapse and fall apart.
Yeah.
It stayed intact.
And it's one of the few times you've had a gluten-free bun or bread option that I've looked at it and I thought, that looks soft.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was
It
really
wasn't
impressed.
cardboard, and it had an actual taste to it,
What?
which again
No,
never happens.
really?
So it tasted really good too.
Stop it. Okay.
So, for gluten-free eaters out there, definitely check out the Boathouse.
That's
All of their sandwiches can be changed to gluten-free. So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. John here again to talk about something I forgot to talk about previously. We got a bread service when we first sat down, and the bread was Parker House rolls with this really kind of amazing coating of a sweet honey butter cinnamon type coating. I mean, it was they were fantastic. If you've had the rolls at like a Texas Roadhouse, the butter was these rolls tasted like that butter, but it was whatever they put over it. But it was a couple times better than that. It was really good. Some of the best rolls I've ever had. So I actually strategically asked for. She asked if we'd like more bread, and I said yes, please. And with no intention of eating them there, I was fully looking at bringing them home because I just wanted to have those in the morning for breakfast tomorrow with my coffee. I'm gonna heat those up about 10 seconds in a microwave, and they're gonna be pretty amazing. So, just had to talk about that. The rolls were fantastic. The bread service is great.
talks about. So
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out the rumors are true. The rolls are really something else. So, all in all, good stuff.
We couldn't leave Disney Springs without dessert, and our favorite place for dessert is Ghiradelli's. Unbelievable. I have said every time that we go to Disney Springs, we need to start at Ghiradelli's, because by the time you finish one of their sundaes after eating a lunch or a dinner, it's tough to get the entire sundae down. But unlike my son-in-law, I got all 9 down. And proud of it. I will never turn back ice cream.
So he chose violence.
mine.
So I think we all enjoyed the sundaes, right?
Yeah.
And the brownie?
The brownie was too much.
Yeah,
I got the
too
brownie
much.
Sundae and brownie half sundae.
Too much brownie.
Brownie was too much. No mas. I couldn't do it.
Well,
And I actually couldn't quite finish my Sunday, so.
enough for this episode. We'll do brownies next time.